G'day, it's Jamie, and welcome to Where's My Yowie. Today, I'm reading an old newspaper report about a possible Dogman sighting at Colebrook, formerly Jerusalem, Tasmania, in 1847. So we'll get into it. This was published in Launceston's Daily Telegraph on Saturday, the 22nd of October, 1904. Titled At the Capitol. Some years ago, it was stated that an extraordinary animal, named by the names of the bunyip, kindpitia, and several others, had been seen in that dreary, reedy marsh which lies between Jerusalem and Oatlands, known as Lake Tiberias, and some strange tales were told of its pranks. Those who have an intimate acquaintance with the natural history of Tasmania assert that no such animal had an existence, and that it only lived in the minds of folk gifted with a strong imagination. In the year 1847, an intelligent lad in the employ of a Jerusalem farmer was in search of some milking cows on the edge of the lagoon, and just inside the reed bed, where there was occasional patches of good grass, he came suddenly in one of these openings upon an animal grazing, which he described thus. It was about as big as a 6-month-old calf, of a dark brown colour, a long neck, and a long pointed head. It had long ears, which it pricked up when it perceived him, and a thick mane of hair from the head down to the neck, and 2 large tusks. He turned to run away, and the creature, equally alarmed, ran away too. From the glance the boy took of it, he described it as having an awkward, shambling gallop. The forequarters of the animal were very large in proportion to the hindquarters, and it had a large tail. It took 2 men next morning to look for the track, which they described as broad and square, something like that spread hand of a man would make in soft ground. Whether one of these extraordinary animals has ever lived in any part of Tasmania, it will be for the old residents who read the Daily Telegraph to say. The end. Wow, this is really interesting. I really think this is a Dogman. Just by the way to describe it, it's like as big as a 6-month-old calf, dark brown in colour, long neck, long pointed head, and long ears, which pricked up when he seen him. It had a thick mane of hair from the head down to the neck, and 2 large tusks, and an awkward shambling gallop. And he said that the forequarters were very large in proportion to the hindquarters, and it had a large tail. But what gets me is when the guys went out to look for the tracks of the animal the next day, and they described it as broad and square, something like that the spread of a hand of a man would make in soft ground, which really makes me think that this is a Dogman. But it could be just a plain old ordinary bunyip. Okay, that's it for me. I'll get back to you all next time. Bye.